There they go into the back. The blue light on. We have a race, and Satnova's beaten Pure Steel out by a length and a half.
Welcome to Talking Trots, hosted by Morts and Michael Radley on Tab Radio, Racing and Sport.
The sensational Sydney sider, Seals to Sam, comes off the back straight. He's a bucket load of alliteration, this fellow.
Scott Bomber Hill will join the boys to look at the Friday night meeting at Gloucester Park, and Hayden King will find the winners for the weekend's racing.
Here comes Quinny. I'm the mighty Queen is 4 deep and letting go.
Sit back and enjoy Talking Trots with Morts and Michael Radley.
I'm the mighty Queen is just in front. Dasher VC can do no more. And the West Australian champion has done it again.
Yes, hello and welcome to another big edition of Talking Trots. Hopefully we're going to find a couple of winners with our man Bomber Hill and also Hayden King in the country. But a big welcome back at the top of the show to Glen Mortimer. Morts, how are you?
Evening, Michael.
Took you a week to recover from the never-ending run, did it?
It took me a good 24 hours, I can tell you that for sure. But good to be back. I have missed you, Michael and Hayden. Good to be back. Tough night last Friday night. Bomber down 5. No multi. Hayden 1 bet. No good.
No good.
But some
Tough
good
week.
winners. Some good winners last Friday night at Gloucester Park. The Code Breaker, brilliant drive by Mitchell Miller. 3 pegs over the 25.36, Michael. Nowhere better to be at Gloucester
It's
Park.
a great place.
I'm a 5-star general. I would have given you 100 to 1 at the bell. 1,730 metre mark. 1,730 metre race. Last at the bell.
Great drive.
Looking nowhere at 400 to go. What a clever drive that was by Robbie Williams to get up and get the money. Swing band, just too good. Another strong win to Brûlé. Very keen in the breeze, but still got the money. Very confident on the turn. Denny was. Magnificent Storm. Loved the way Hayden drives him out of the gate.
Yeah.
Very aggressive. Got to the front, and that was all over.
Just make a statement.
Home in 26.6, and then we finished the night.
And good drive by Denny there to come across with Mighty Conqueror to actually get that position behind the leader, because everyone thought that probably Sandriel was just going to be there.
Yep.
And Denny's got there, and it made it's the difference between running second and probably fourth, third.
Yeah, agree. And then, of course, we finished the night with a Team Bond quartet.
Yes.
There's only 4 horses in the race, and they were all chained
The Little Master
by
Vincent.
Sky and Greg Bond. Friday night, training double to Ryan Bell and Gary Hall Senior. Driving doubles to Aiden De Campo, Denny Roberts and Mitch Miller. You can see I'm a little bit rusty. Sunday at Calabaron, training and driving double to your man, the Cups King,
Yes.
Cody Waldrot. Monday at Pinjarra, training double to Gary Hall Senior, driving double to Gary Hall Junior, Denny Roberts and my man, Trent Wheeler. And Tuesday at Gloucester Park, there was nothing, Michael.
No,
Absolutely nothing.
Tell you what though, what a great effort. Firstly on Monday from Fred and the team for Pinjarra. They didn't get a great deal of rain before the meeting, but during the meeting, and then Gloucester Park, we had by the time we got to the meeting 110 mils we've had since the Sunday. And Michael Blakemore and the team, they did a great job. The track was in fantastic condition considering the amount of rain and the type of rain we had. It was just the track race really, really well on Tuesday, and to get through the meeting with that much rain and tomorrow night, I'll tell you what, we've just had constant rain all the way through since Tuesday night, and again when we left to come here, Morts, it was raining again. So.
Outstanding effort. You might want to send the curator down to Bunbury, Michael.
Well, a few issues there, but yes. So hopefully we don't lose too many more meetings.
It was great. It was really good. Did a great job. Halfway through Tuesday, I couldn't see how the meeting was going to go ahead, given the rain, the hail and everything.
No, I inspected the track with the stewards, and it was pretty good through the day, and then we continued to get rain. But yeah, great performance from Michael Blakemore. He listens to the show, Morts. He's one of the 4 or 5.
9 now. I've
9,
counted.
are we?
Yep, 9, up to 9. We'll get to double figures very soon.
Outstanding. All right, big announcement during the week, Morts, as well. There is a new head of harness and special projects by Rama. A young man, I shouldn't say young man. He's been in the industry industry for quite a while now with Harness Racing Australia. He's younger than you or me, Morts, put it that way.
You sure?
Only just. It was my birthday last weekend, Morts. Thanks for the card.
Yeah.
But it's they announced during the week that Cameron Brown is the new head of Harness and also special projects, and he's our special guest for this week, and it gives me great pleasure to say hello to Cameron Brown. Cam, welcome to the program.
Hey Nick, hey Mort, thanks for having me.
No, really good. First of all, congratulations on the appointment. You're a WA fella and you've been working in Melbourne for quite some time. It must be good to be coming home.
Yeah, it feels like a bit of a full circle moment, Nick. I spent 7 years here in cool Melbourne, and looking forward to getting back to really my first true love, which is WA harness racing.
Cam, can you just, for the listeners, just maybe let us know what your role was across there in Victoria?
Yeah, sure. I'm the head of finance and strategy here at Harness Racing Australia. So it starts, I suppose, with all things finance. I'm a chartered accountant by trade, which is good fun. And then I do all the national strategic projects, whether it's, I suppose, topical project like changing the racing season, through to managing and really constructing the ratings-based handicapping system. So it's a real varied role, but it's been really good fun for 7 years. And of course, I'm truly harness racing passionate, so I've loved it at the same time.
So during your time, it's probably been two of the biggest changes. First of all, the change to the racing system season to the calendar year, and also setting up the handicapping system on everywhere outside of WA.
Yeah, and with both, it was a great learning experience, to be honest. And with the advent of COVID, we really seized on the opportunity to spin the racing season around. And it's really given us the best opportunity to race our best races when we can, and as well as give every opportunity for 2-year-olds to race a full season, rather than being pushed early through to a grand final in June or July. They can now come in early, have a bit of a break through winter, and come back as stronger and better educated horses towards the end of the year. Hopefully the proof's in the pudding, but we've got a few more 2-year-olds to the races at the end of the year when it matters as well. Well,
that's probably the best example is a horse like Never Ending, who's a complete superstar, who Morts is the managing owner of, but probably in the old racing season he mightn't have started as a 2-year-old.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And we need to, as an industry, nationwide, and not just in WA, make sure that we can get as many horses to the track as possible. If your horse is fit and able, we need to find a start for you. And it's no different with these 2-year-olds. That I think gone are the days where the horses are pushed and not educated very well, and now we can really make sure that we get the majority of our 2-year-olds to the races when it matters, and that's got to flow through to maximising field sizes and wagering as well, and ultimately return to the industry through prize money.
Please stop it, Cam. You're talking far too much sense here, but I couldn't agree more with the education of the 2-year-olds and giving them a chance to develop, and we see better quality of racing, which we did later in the season with some of those 2-year-old events. I think we saw better quality of racing.
But it's also had an impact on wagering for those better races. Just for an example, the Western Gateway, which is the traditional lead up to the Derby, was moved from March, April into that October slot, and it turned over. I think it's just about the 6th largest turnover race ever in WA, and that's by racing in the better time slots. And there was a couple of other things on at the time. I think the Manikato was on that night, which else hopes because there's more low balls on the track. But the fact that we're racing good races in the best wagering time, especially those for the good horses, I think that's had a big impact. And Cam, you've had a as far as the national level, you've been part of the coordination of those feature race lists.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really a labour of love for mine. I used to, I suppose, be dismayed in the sense of the process in which previously the feature race lists were compiled. And now we do a whole lot of work from a data perspective to make sure that the calendar can work and flow as smoothly as possible. Well, there's always going to be a few spirited debates, but we need to make sure that, and we need to celebrate our best horses as much as we can, and we need to get our best horses to race the best ones as much as possible. So look, it's still a work in progress. But the Grand Circuit, for example, is one that we need to make sure that we get our top 5 or 6 going head-to-head across the country as much as possible.
And as far as consultation goes, when you make those decisions, is that something that you rely on a lot? Do you talk to a lot of the major trainers or stables to get some input, or into the lead-up races and placement of the big races?
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose I'm fortunate enough that whilst I hope I'm still young, I've been relatively extensively travelled across Australia, and I've got to know some of the leading trainers quite well, and it's always good to be able to lean on guys like Andy Gass and people like Emma Stewart for some great insights as to when the best time is to race these horses. They're the people on the ground, and they're the people that can be trusted to have the whole industry at heart when consulting on issues like that.
Yeah, Cam, it's certainly, and the other thing is the competing interest between the states and indeed clubs of racing at the best time of the year, and it does become a bit of a traffic jam. But by the same token, you've got to maximise your own return, don't you?
Yeah, it's a good question and a good point that whilst the one industry at the same time, it's a little bit state versus state as well. And I get that, absolutely. Yeah. And look, when compiling the feature race calendar, we always start with the Gold Star, which is the Inter-Dominion, which I still hope can be, I suppose, further reinvigorated. Because I still think it is the best and most marketable race on our national calendar.
Yeah, certainly. Let's hope that it can be, because at the moment, I think there is a few obstacles for the Inter-Dominion to be as successful as it can be, and there's you can certainly fix it. There's no doubt about that. But let's hope that it does get back to what it should be, and it should be the pinnacle of harness racing in Australasia. Your father Darryl, he's still in WA, Cameron, and owns horses.
Yeah. Dad lives in Richmond Raceway.
Okay.
And he had his first across the road in East Fremantle there, and he actually owned his first horse in WA in 1985. So really, I grew up being driven to harness racing tracks around WA, and did the Gloucester Park virtually every Friday night growing up. And I suppose my first memory was Dad had a horse win the Harvey Cup in about 2000, and it was a great race and a great thrill because Dad's horse beat future Inter-Dominion champion in Baltic Eagle. So that was probably our first real thrill, and it was a great race to win, and that was a great track. Yeah,
there you go, Baltic Eagle.
Do you have any horses? Do you have any horses of your own at the moment, Cam?
Yeah, absolutely. And so I breed from 2 mares, sell the yearling sales with 1 or 2, and then keep a couple of my own. I have a nice filly at the moment called Joyful, who's trained by Emma Stewart. She won Group 1 at her last start on New Year's Eve, so that's probably the biggest thrill I've had in the sport.
There you go, Joyful. I thought Andy would have trained it for you. Isn't Andy one of your men?
Andy's one of my men, but Emma got this one, and Emma and Clayton do an outstanding job with Juvenile.
Yeah.
Yes, they're pretty good, aren't they? Cam, just want to ask you, the ratings-based handicapping system which you help implement, what's the feedback been? Obviously with all changes to any sort of system, there's people for it and against it. What's the overall feedback been?
I've quickly realised that any change in this industry is tough. And I think I did 15 or 20 road shows around the eastern states and South Australia, Tasmania. We did our absolute best to, I suppose, socialise the idea and give people a true level of understanding of what we were trying to do. It feels like the feedback has, we call it feedback, the negative feedback has slowed incrementally since it was introduced in 2019, and I think a lot of that is people understanding how the system works. No doubt the racing has become a lot more competitive, and we're seeing some great statistics from a overall wagering point of view. We've had our odds-on favourites on the Eastern Seaboard have dropped to 30% across the board, which we're really proud of. And we're getting a whole lot more horses retain their status in the population. Whilst there's still, I'm happy to admit, there's still, of course, horses that find their mark, we're getting a whole lot more horses that can race more competitively for longer, which is terrific. And when I hear trainers say things like, hey, these horses couldn't have won without the rating system or wouldn't have been able to earn without the rating system, and it's been able to drop into a competitive race and avoid horses with much higher superior ability, they're all good news stories. So we're really proud of the implementation, and of course it wasn't just me, it was tough work of all the handicappers around the Eastern Seaboard 4 years ago, and we're happy with the way it's going, absolutely.
That's good news and good to hear, and congratulations first of all on the appointment, and we're very much looking forward to having you across here in WA, particularly being a good Eastern boy as well. So that always helps.
Appreciate it.
All right, Cam, as Mort said, thanks for your time. I think you've got a big job ahead of you, but no doubt you get plenty of support when you come over, and it'd be good to catch up when you get here.
Appreciate it. Thanks, team. Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Cameron Brown there, who's the new head of harness for Racing and Wagering WA, and also special projects. Yep. So I don't know what that entails.
It sounded like he was talking a little bit too much sense at the start there, then, Michael, which is a bit scary.
Well, he's an accountant, so he analyses everything.
Yeah, it was good to hear, and look forward to him taking up the role here at Racing and Wagering WA. Yep,
and he's a good fellow as well, Cam. Known him for quite a while and worked with him at when he's in his role at Harness Racing Australia, and certainly switched on and knows what he's doing. So, let's hope that it comes over and does a good job over here. Now, this segment, Morts, is brought to you by Loans 123, car loans, debt consolidations, all your personal finance. Who do you see?
The man that we were desperate to see last Friday night after Gloucester Park, the nude nut Steve Sell.
Yeah, it's you can contact Stevie Sell on at loans123.com.au or
1800 100 100.
Yep, and they are still doing the things the banks can't.
They certainly. He's a good man, Stevie.
He is.
And unfortunately, we did need him last Friday night, but we're hoping we can fight back, as you always do on the punt, Michael.
Yeah,
as you know, you can have some ups and some downs.
Exactly.
Hayden's promised us a winner this weekend, so we look forward to that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's smiling. I like it. He's got the Dirk Diggler little moustache there. So
that'd take me about a month to grow. Now, whilst we went down and saw Justin Prentice yesterday in the stable and caught up with the team, and whilst you were there, got a call from Ben Cray, the great BK, and he's offered his services whilst Magnificent Storm heads to Queensland.
He certainly has. It was good to speak to the great man. He's one of the best form analysts that I've seen, and he's now a bookmaker again out there at Gallops, Trots and
Albion Park,
and the Poochers, But he's looking forward to when Magnificent Storm goes across to maybe coming on the show and just giving us a bit of insight into some of those races, which he'll be doing plenty of the form on. So be good to get BK back on.
Yeah, certainly some interesting form over there. A couple that are going okay, a couple that aren't going quite as good this time in. So be interesting to see what happens up in Queensland and who he eventually takes on over there in those Queensland races, because it's a big winter carnival coming up at Albion Park. I think the Constellation, they call it. And should be a great result. But it'd be great to have BK on giving his opinion of the form. He might actually have to watch a couple of races in WA to get the form.
He will.
For Magnificent Storm.
I don't think
he wouldn't have done that for a while.
No, he hasn't. Now, Michael, I thought we were going to get rid of these 1,730 metres races out of Gloucester Park, but we seem to, on Friday night, we've got another 3.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. They have reduced. There's supposed to be less of them. But the other thing is if they get divided is the other one, if they're strong nominations. So, but yeah, I do think that 2100 and 25 are our best
betting races.
Yeah, well, our best races in general, and even as far as wagering goes, turnover isn't a great deal of difference from the figures, but the revenue margin is better on those other races. So no doubt that'll get fed back through the program now that they're analysing that type of stuff. Well, they're analysing that in more depth and I'll have a look. But yeah, they certainly don't have as great a margin as the others. Similar turnover, but the revenue out of the 2100 and 2500 are better.
I just think they're better off at those races are well suited to Pinjarra.
Oh, I think it's a great mile track, but it's like that, horses for courses sort of things, because Menangle, great mile track. I think 2300 metre races there are terrible.
Yeah.
The mile races are fantastic. They are going forward and whatever else, but get to 2300 metres and they just get to the front, they stop and just roll home, and there's not a great deal to those races, and it happens over in the eastern states on different races as well. So, but I do think, I do think it's a better racing product as well, the 21, and probably that's why there's better margin and revenue anyway. Yeah,
just seeing 3 on a Friday night, too many in my view. Just chucking a stand and a trot and you've wiped out half the card.
All right, we might take a break, Morts, hey? And we just spoke about Magnificent Storm going over. He backs up again tomorrow night, only going around against... there's a few scratchings in that race. And as I have a look at the Tab Touch market, he's at prohibitive odds for tomorrow night. And there he goes around against I'm a 5-star General, Faster Than Dad and Cordero. I think Sanriel was a scratching.
Scratched, yes.
Yeah, it comes out. So he'll start at a very short price commodity, about as short as you get, $1.04. But as we go to the break, let's listen to Magnificent Storm. As you said, it was an aggressive drive by Hayden. I think we'll see the same again tomorrow night, and it was a one-act affair.
Out of them, Mia Culpa, but Magnificent Storm is opening up. Mighty Conqueror trying to hold out Sangre Real and doing a very good job. And then Babyface out of Magnificent Storm in that 28-8 third quarter race right away from Mighty Conqueror. Sangre Real in third. Babyface out will run fourth, but an easy win to Magnificent Storm, won by 12 metres to Mighty Conqueror.
Talking Trots with Morts and Michael Radley on Tab Radio, Racing and Sport.
Going to the lead now from Medieval Man, and then Name in Lights. Behind them Shoot Through, Diorce and Cherish the Memories, but High Price has burst clear with 100 metres left to go in a 29-3 third quarter. Battling on is Medieval Man. Diorce is out late, but High Price goes home to win it well. High Price by 3 metres, second Medieval Man.
Yeah, High Price, Madison Brown jumping aboard with Junior not driving last week, but Morts, even though we didn't win last week, it's good to back one late, so you got some sort of cash going when you leave the track.
Yeah, agree. It was good to see High Price back in the winner's circle.
Yep, sure was. Got home in 28.5 and was a good performance. High Price for, as I said, Senior and Madison Brown. Now, Morts, this segment is brought to us by Steel Blue Boots, built for comfort, made for work. Ross dropped off a pair this week for a couple of pairs for the staff members this week. So
one for the chef, I hope.
Yeah, one for the chef. So you'll get your cheese board tomorrow night after Tricky Mickey gets the cash. After you get a double.
Stop it, please.
Yeah, but they are the best boots in the business. We all know that, and they're sold everywhere.
Whatever your trade, we've got the boots, and they are designed for comfort, durability, and choice, backed by a 30-day 100% comfort guarantee. Yeah. And you can even go onto their website. They've got all different tips for looking after them, how to lace them up, all these sorts of things. They just really are
when I say everywhere, all good places.
Correct.
They've actually knocked back places saying, no, we don't want you to sell our boots. So they do a great job, and as we say, they are the best boots in the business. All right, a big hello to our form expert, Scott Bomber Hill. Bomber, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Rad. It's great to be here.
Mate, it was a bit of a tough week last week, but we end up with High Price, which finished the night okay for us.
Yeah, as you said, it's nice to go home a winner, but gee, it was pretty hard going early.
It sure was. Sure was last week, but we got 10 races for us this week. And as I have a look, the first race is at 5:14. Cowden's Cowden's the insurance broker is our sponsor, and the feature is the $30,000 pure steel. And also the member sprint is also on for Magnificent Storm at 30,000 as well, but nice a 10 race card. Little hit out for Magnificent Storm before he goes and pay for the travelling costs over to Queensland.
Nice little paid trial. Gee, that first race is pretty tough.
Yeah, no, very tough. Very
luck.
tough. Yep. But we're going to start our tips in race number 2. And as we have a look at the market, we have Miss Serenade, one of a couple of runners for the powerful Michael Young stable at $6.50. Shahidi at 17. The Great Mare Better's Destroyer, $6 with Emily Savalco aboard. Just for Love at 51. Alta Queen, 126. Special Lady at 17. She's a Bromac, 34. Don't Be Silly Chili at 34. Cherish the Memories at 13. Then we got a Charney Girl at $2 and Favourite. I'm the Mighty Lucy at $6 and Let It Linger at 13. Which way are you going in race number 2, Bomber?
Yeah, I think they're letting us on. A Charney Girl here as a result of the barrier draw, really. It's probably not as bad as it first looked. I thought the 2 horse would probably look to restrain and go looking for the pegs, and there is a bit of speed off the front, so could be an opportunity there for Junior to jump off the pegs and take luck right out of the equation. She's turning into a really nice mare, this girl. Her latest sectional was when she broke 30 for the last 3 quarters and ran a 56.8 home, was very impressive, and especially considering she was, way out in front and pretty lonely. And she ran a 56.3 from the breeze to start before, so she's clearly not afraid to do a bit of work, and I love a mare in form. I think she can just keep on winning.
Bomber at $2, I think she's very good value. Really good value. On her last 3 wins, excellent value. Like you said, getting that price because of barrier 10 should be a fair bit of speed up front. So I'm sure Junior will be able to get off the fence and get in.
Let's hope Junior's well enough.
Get her into a winning position.
Junior, if you're listening, hope you're recovered from your bout of influenza, but even money is a Charney Girl.
Yeah, so Bomber, race number 2, horse number 10, a Charney Girl. What's our staking plan here?
Yeah, 3-unit bet to kick off, Mords. I agree with you. I think she's great value at $2, and I just said I love a mare in form. She's right at the top of her game, and looks to be able to take care of it, I think.
Get a boost on Tab Touch Michael, and that's a good price.
Yes, black odds.
Very good price.
Something that Bomber's very keen on. All right, race number 3 is the next race we're going to review, and it's our preview, and it is the Cowden's 1972 to the present, Division 1. And let's have a look at the market for race number 3. We've got American Bullet at $26, One Smart Fella at $7.50, Naming Lights $126, El Daytona at $3.80, What's Up Sunshine at $3.20, Tricky Mickey at $2.90, Better Start Dreaming at $101, Classic Choice $9, Moonlight Drive at $13, and Altaret, the only runner off the back line, at $21. It's a good betting race here, Bomber. El Daytona, quick off the gate at $3.80, What's Up Sunshine at $3.20, and the Derby winner for Mort's, Justin Prentice and Gary Hall Jr. at $2.90. Which way are we going?
Yeah, I'm with Mortz here, and Tricky Mickey, on face value, he's probably been a bit disappointing this campaign, but when you go back through the runs, he's been chasing home some serious horses, and I don't think they'll run the sectionals here that he's been chasing of late. He last 3, his performances, he's chased home 56.2, or he ran a 56.2 when behind Jetstar. He ran a 56.7 behind Wonderful to Fly, and then a 56.2 behind Talks Up a Storm. He off the track in most of those races, and I don't really think he could have gone much better, to be fair. I think this is a race that he'll be able to put himself into it within that 3rd quarter. And excuse the dog there, guys.
Jeez, Morse just jumped off the chair.
Gee whiz.
Jeez.
Scary stuff.
I don't know if he likes him I don't know if he likes him as well or not. But, he got excited.
Yeah, I think everything points to Tricky Mickey.
Oh, dear.
if the dog likes it, we're all on.
But yeah, no, I thought he could capitalise on some good speed here and then use his own speed late to get over the top.
Yeah, look, I'm with you, Bomber. I think his form, whilst numerically doesn't look brilliant, certainly hasn't been bad, and has raced in some very good company and performed well. And yeah, still a very, very good even field on Friday night. And as Michael said, Old Daytona, What's Up Sunshine, Tricky Mickey, and even some good horses out wide there. It's a very, very open field. But I like you thinking, Bomber, race number 3, horse number 6, Tricky Mickey. What's the staking plan?
I know Hayden's pretty keen too, Mort, so we'll be we're in pretty good company there. I thought he was a 2-unit bet. I just think this is his chance to get back into the winner's circle.
So Bomber, Hayden and the Pooch are all on Tricky Mickey by the sounds of it.
Hey, I'm just thinking about the listeners when that part of the episode comes up.
Oh.
I hope they don't have their volume cranked up too loud.
he was very close to your phone there, or the microphone there, Bomber.
He was actually sitting right beside my leg, and I even jumped myself, even though I seen him take off.
He's confident. That's the main thing about the Derby winner, Tricky Mickey, tomorrow night, race number 3. All right, it's time to take a break. Bomber, as we said, was keen with a Shane girl, I should say. I've said it three different ways. Which way is it?
Ashani
girl.
A Shani girl. I'll get it right the final time. A Shani girl as we go to the break. This is another one that Gary Hall Jr. was supposed to be on, but Stuart McDonald deputised and did a sterling job out in front and got the cash at 145 as we go to the break. Let's go with a Shani girl.
Loose rein as it tries to come after the favourite, and then Shahadi, who's a clear third in the straight from Extraordinary Mary, but a Charn Girl's going well. It's holding Champagne, everyone at bay, and then came Shahadi, and Charn Girl is doing it really well. Very smart mare and comes home to win by 4 metres. Second home is Champagne, everyone. 4 metres away, third Shahadi.
You are listening to Talking Trots with Morts and Michael Radley.
Turn, Who's the Dad? In a strong performance in 28.4 is clear. I'm a 5-star General is whizzing through on the inside, just needs a run now in the straight. Who's the Dad in front? I'm a 5-star General tries to get out, it does. I'm a 5-star General chopping down Who's the Dad, finishing better, and I'm a 5-star General as one from Who's the Dad, and third in What's Up.
Yeah, it was a great competitive race last week. Who's the Dad, who we invested heavily on, looked like he was going to stave him off, and all of a sudden, Robbie Williams up the rails on a 5-star General. And as soon as you saw him tracking into the race, you thought, oh, this is the one.
And then he just steered back to the inside. What a very good drive.
Yeah, a great drive. Drive of the night from Robbie Williams on I'm a 5-star General. All right, this segment, Morts, is brought to you by the one and only Retrovision, your local WA electrical appliance specialist. RAC members receive an additional 5% every day.
Except this weekend, Michael.
Oh, why is that?
10% this week.
10-piece. Oh, the double discount.
Double discount weekend at Retrovision for RAC members. Not 5%, but you get 10% off this weekend at Retrovision.
The double discount. How, did they survive with you not being there yesterday on our trip down?
Oh, just.
That's why they've double discount on the weekend.
No, it's one of our biggest weekends, and RAC members will save 10%.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Certainly is. And that's off the best price.
I was going to say already. Yep. Very good prices.
And that's 10% off the best price. So
outstanding. Get
into Retrovision this weekend and take advantage.
Yep, you sure should. Do yourself a favour. All right, the next race is we're going to have a look at is race number 4. And as we have a look at the market, we got Beat City at $12, Finvara at $1.90, himself returning at $3.50, the Mustang at $12, James Butt 51, Prince of Pleasure at $3.20, Middle Page at $81, Jaspervella Beach at $126, Master Publisher at $81. All the runners off the front line here, this field of 9. I tell you what, Bomber, this is very, very good. A number of A couple of Group 1 winners in there. We've got a couple of free-for-alls or horses that raced at free-for-all. This is very, very good. Which way are you going?
Yeah, and with Finvara, Rads, I thought his 2 runs back have been sensational, really. And whilst I don't think he can hold the front, I thought the Mustang would probably cross with Prince of Pleasure to his outside, which could give Finvara a really nice run. He should hold out himself, I think, and probably land the 1-1 and just let these 2 leaders go at it. He's third up from a spell, as I said, and 56 flat last time after doing all the work 3 wide from the 1,000 metres. He's a future top liner, this guy, and only way I can really see him beaten is if Prince of Pleasure finds a front, and I don't think that'll happen, so I'm pretty keen to be with him.
Yeah, great race, Bomber. As you said, the Mustang with Hayden DeCampo on, there's no doubt Hayden will get him out well. Certainly one of the best in the business, so... the Mustang himself returning, Finvara been in great form, but so is Prince of Pleasure, so sets it up for a cracking race. But race 4, number 2, Finvara, what's the staking plan?
I just realised I've tipped 3 juniors straight up, so hopefully he's in good form after coming back from that flu.
Hopefully he's 100%.
Yeah, hopefully he's not too weak. But no, 3 unit bet, Morts, I'm pretty keen. He looks to get a really good run, I think.
All right, tell you what,
Very confident.
It's a terrific race, though.
A very confident
Really,
bet and a very good
yeah,
race.
yeah,
That's
really
what
good.
I'd like to hear, Bomber.
All right, and the final race we're going to look at is race number 10 on the card. We don't get too many race 10s that we preview on the show, but we're going to preview race number 10 tomorrow night, so we'll go home a winner. Spring Line is at $4.80. Suing You at $11, Run for Mercy at $3, Cloud 9 at $7, Vintage Blue at $17, Flow Rider at $2.20, Hot Footed at $71, Road Closure at $201, same place, same time, $81, and off the back line, Maddie's Nino at $34. A couple of nice horses in this race, Bomber. We've got Flow Rider at $2.20 is the favourite over Run for Mercy at $3. Which way are you going?
Yeah, I think there might be a bit of pace injected into this and should set up nicely for Run for Mercy. I think she can pop in behind them and use her strength and speed late. She's in exceptional form and always races well in this type of grade. And she broke 57 seconds here last time when coming from well back, and before that ran a 56 last half behind Prince of Pleasure. So that's pretty good form for a race of this nature. And just looking to tag along behind that high speed. I think as long as Flow Rider doesn't Shanghai them off the gate and find the front, she'll be the one getting over the top late.
Yeah, Flow Rider first up. Good to see Flow Rider back. Run for Mercy, number 3, race 10. What's the staking plan there, Bomber?
Yeah, 2 unit bet. As I said, I think the real danger is Flow Rider spearing across, but there's some good speed underneath. Spring Line, Vintage Blue, those type of horses, and Vintage Blue drawn right next door. Going to be pretty hard to get across, I think. But just hopefully she sits off them and sprints over the top.
All right, so good.
Nice way to finish the night.
Yeah, it's a great way to finish the night for us there. Now, have you got a multi for us, Bomber, for tomorrow night?
Yeah, just a 2-legger. The one horse in the first race, I think he's actually a winning chance, but came up a nice enough price to put into the multi, and that's Medieval Man. He's going very well, this horse. His last 4 or 5 have been quite consistent, and he always does well when he gets these inside draws. I think he'll get across the 2 early, and that should set him up for a place, Medieval Man. And then race 8, number 1, Fess Up. I think he just leads and wins. He's flying, this horse. He was run down by Star Lavro last time when he had to breeze and do all the work, but out in front this time, he'll get down close to 56 last half. It's going to make it pretty hard for them to get around him.
It's a good race too.
Yeah, no, it's a very good race. Small field, but outstanding race. Fess Up, who's come back in fantastic order. Star Lavra the same. Hal St. Louis undefeated and never been better. He's never been better. Is very good as well. His form's outstanding. So about $1.70 the first one for the place, and Tab Touch have Fess Up at $1.80. I don't think that'll last long. Bomber?
No, that won't last. I don't think. He's closer to $1.50 surely. Yeah,
and I think on other in other areas he's around $1.55. So I don't think the $1.80 is going to last very long. Fess Up on Tab Touch. All right, Bomber, that's about $3 if you get the $1.80 in the all-up. But if it does firm up to about the $1.60, you're looking at it $2.60, $2.65, something around that mark. Bomber, as always, thanks for your time. Hopefully we've found a few winners, and hope next week we'll do it all again.
Thanks very much, guys. Have a great night. It's a cracker field. It's out there tomorrow night. So, it's going to be great viewing, even if we can't find a winner.
Yep, no, it's going to be some great racing tomorrow night. This hopefully the rain stays away during the meeting. Good on you, Bomber. Thanks for that. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
All right, there we go. Scott Bomber Hill. Let's hopefully find a few winners. But the
very confident bets there.
Yeah, the weather forecast isn't great though. Mort's over. It's been like the last day, and even tomorrow I think there's showers for a bit of it. But the track was in again good order today when I was out there having a look at it. So should be.
So there's a lot of rain tomorrow as well.
Well, it's probably not the heavy stuff that we require, which is going to be the issue. But it should be safe and ready to race tomorrow night. But it's certainly been a lot of rain this week. It's just come down, as I said, 110 from Sunday to the start of meeting on that Tuesday, and then we've had more since. When we were driving to Bunbury, that rained until we got to Harvey. Just
mile up road.
Yeah.
Stopped.
That's right.
Just stopped.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank God.
But, it was a great effort by the team to get that track ready for Tuesday night, and looking forward to having a good track tomorrow night, because it's been going through some of these races. There are some there's some really good competitive races in terms of value betting. There's also some really, really good class, and that race we just spoke about, there's a very small field, but it's just quality all the way through, and we get to see Magnificent Storm have a paid trial, but some great racing tomorrow night.
No, great racing and some good horses coming back. Good to see them come back. And we should see some of these better 2-year-olds come back as well. The roundabout now is they're going to start to roll through to start getting ready for the Westbred and the Pearl and the Golden Slipper. So I know a few of them aren't too far away, and a few of them are starting to race now, so we should see some good 2- and 3-year-olds hitting the track again very, very shortly. But Bomber mentioned he likes mares in form, and he's tipped one tonight. We're going to have
another segment about the great mare, are we?
No, we're not.
Oh, okay.
What I'm going to say is, I tell you one mare that's in great form, or a filly, is Brûlée. How good is she going at the moment?
Oh, very good. And
another one by Vincent, who's just his siren winners left, right and centre. Vincent, and I think they bought the Howlands bought Brûlée out of the New Zealand wheeling sale a couple of years ago, and tell you what, she's done a great job.
Denny Roberts has done a great job. It
was a great drive. Yeah, very good drive. She's now won 4 of 17 with 9 minors, but the last 2 on the trot. And as we go to the break, let's listen to Brûlée getting the better of our Lily Lou, and it was a really good performance from the informed Brûlée.
And then came Flame Tree. Further back, Flight of Fame running onto the outside in the straight, though. Brûlée the outside. Lily Lou tries to come back, and then Jackie Daniels. It's Brûlée, though. Lily Lou the inside. Flight of Fame late with Hunt the Magic. Brûlée just in front, though, from Lily Lou, and Brûlée's going to do the job. Brûlée beat Lily Lou. Third, Flight of Fame. Fourth.
Talking Trots with Morts and Michael Radley on Tab Radio, Racing and Sport.
To get home. Alta Hurrah sending out distress signals now. The outside is Tucks and Tails, and then Gordon, Bazamak, Crowded Reactor in the straight. Alta Hurrah just ahead of Tucks and Tails. Gordon's coming. It's still Alta Hurrah from Tucks and Tails. Gordon is late, but it's Alta Hurrah. Alta Hurrah leads all the way. Had to fend pretty hard through that last 150.
Sounded like the caller was trying to get Alta Hurrah beat.
It did sound like he was on something else in the race.
Was that right, Hayden? You weren't getting our man home?
No. I actually went and talked to Cody before the race, and he liked his team there. He got Blazing Beauty home earlier in the day, and Alta Hurrah got up later. One of the owners of Alta Hurrah messaged me after the race, and he said, "Oh, I noticed you didn't tip him. I'm assuming you were just doing that to get a price or something."
Jeez.
Okay. No, he was saying it in jest.
Yeah, no, it's still well, got a good price for them in the end. But double for Cody Waldrock. Good on you, Cody. Another cup for Cody.
The Cup's king.
Yeah.
Cody Waldrock.
What's he want? The Albany Cup? earlier this year.
He's won some cups.
Was it the Bridgetown?
Northern
Cup.
Northern earlier, a year or two ago, and good on you. Cody Altovera, he's done a good job since going into Cody's stable and takes out the Kellerberrin Cup for 2023. Does Altovera?
Were you there?
No, I was not. Were you?
No.
Okay.
I didn't see you guys there.
He was there.
Yeah.
He was there. I tell you, it would have been a good ride to get there in our Bayswater Mazda, because we know driving is better in a Bayswater Mazda. It's corner of Guildford and Garrett Road, and you did the driving honours on Wednesday down to Bunbury, down to Boynup.
And how good was it?
It was outstanding.
Yep.
You had to wake me up a couple of times. It was so smooth.
Lovely car. Very economical too.
Yep.
Great way to get down there, full of features. Beautiful car, and there's no better place to buy it than Bayswater Mazda on the corner of Guildford Road and
Garrett
Road. That's
Garrett.
the one.
And tell you what, the handled all conditions, and tell you what, is just on the freeway, just so smooth, just purred.
Yep.
The turbo.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, good. It was a good day out. Thanks for driving us down there, Morts. Okay, we've just spoken about Cody. Hayden, welcome back to the program. We've spoken to you a couple of times, but this is Hayden's segment, the Country Tips, and this week we got wagering on Friday night. And there's 8 races. The first at 6:08. We've got Northam Saturday night. There's 7 races. The first at 6:14. Nothing Sunday, but we've got big 9 races at Pinjarra on Monday. The first race at about 12:20. And the first at Gloucester Park on an 8 race card on Tuesday around about 5:17. But Cody? Cody.
You're obsessed with Cody.
I am. He's my man. It's good to see he's getting winners, doubles, everything. But Hayden, good to see you calling as well.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why it sounded like I was trying to get a beat, because I hadn't called a Trots race since last year, so I was a bit out of practice. I was a bit rusty there on Sunday.
Yeah, because normally like they're 500 metres for you or shorter at the Dogs. So after they come out of the gate, they're in the first quarter and you're looking to...
I wasn't expecting to be there. I only got the call up on Saturday, so I had a lack of preparation. And when you fail to prepare, Well, I'll spit it out eventually. You're prepared to fail.
That is correct. But, all right, what do we got? We're wagering Friday night, the co-meeting, which is should be a good meeting, 9 races, and then 7 on Northam on Saturday night. Which way are we going? Where are we going for a tip?
Sorry, Michael, I'm just looking at some of the race names down there at wagering on Friday night.
Yeah.
Race number 1, Rogan Josh was a lamb curry pace. And mutton dressed up as a lamb pace.
They have the same race names every year. I think they've actually left off a word in that first one. It's usually Rogan Josh was a lamb curry first.
Oh, right. Okay.
So they're saying.
Obviously, the play on the Melbourne Cup winner.
Okay. Now, some good value in that race. Crowd controls in that first.
$7 on the harder side?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually a good field.
Will you stand me?
It's nice.
7? No.
Just remove a 0, Michael.
Indeed. Where are you going, Hayden?
We're just going to Northam.
Okay, Northam Saturday night, as I said, 7 races. The first at 6:14. What do you got for us?
I'm just going 1 again here. Race 3, number 8, Better Than Mint. Originally, when the fields came out, I liked this horse because I thought she's going to trail up Mr. Piccolo, who's going really well, and Diamonds on the Beach will go crazy out in front. But now there's a scratching and she moves down. And initially I was quite discouraged by that fact. But it should still work out okay, because oftentimes when you have that horse out in front that's just going bonkers and running at speed, you want to be on the pegs.
Yeah.
So she gets that opportunity. She's going really well. Her last couple, a sparkling winner 2 starts ago, and then she was hindered for momentum approaching the turn, but regathered her poise to run on strongly, beaten just under 8 metres a couple of weeks ago at Pinjarra. So she's in career best form, Better Than Mint, so she can win that race 3, number 8.
Okay, that's at 7:13 on Saturday night. Glenroy Chaff sponsoring the meeting at Northam on Saturday night, and it is the Glenroy Chaff Gin Stock Feeds pace, as I said, at 7:13. Now, your cryptic clue last week was scratched. It was, what was it? A
Violetta.
A Royal Lady in Purple.
Yeah.
Lady Violetta, which Eddie got.
Eddie was onto it.
Messaged straight away, our man Eddie from over in the east.
Actually played a game with Eddie and Michael Young on Sunday at Kellabarron. They sent me words for every race that I had to incorporate into each call. So maybe that's what I was focusing on. So if you go through the replays at Kellabarron, you'll find some pretty wacky words were thrown in there.
There you go.
And you managed to get them all in?
I tried my best, yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Well done. Well done.
All right. So have you got one for us this week?
Yes. Now, I actually used this cryptic clue on someone earlier today. I was speaking to Richard Bell on the phone and I said, I like this horse. And he didn't get the cryptic clue. He wasn't looking at the fields, though. But I said something to the effect of the 80s music is being immolated or something like that.
Okay. Where we go? Where's that at?
Gloucester
Park Friday night. Okay. The 80s music is being immolated.
Yes.
Okay.
Being immolated.
Yeah. You know what immolated means?
No, I've got no idea.
Immolated's, say, you could be sacrificed for like a religious purpose, but it's generally you're lit on fire.
Okay.
So it's race 1.
Yeah.
Well, you're not meant to give it away. Like, people are meant to guess it. There's also another one I thought about doing. There's a horse that can run a place later on in the program. This clue involves a couple of parts. If the car doesn't start, the wave could come crashing over.
Okay.
And it's a place chance.
Okay, the place chance. If the car doesn't start, the wave could come crashing over.
Yep.
Okay. All right. A place chance.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have a look. Have a look
at that.
And hopefully we get something for the listeners out of our cryptic clue for this. 2 cryptic clues. We've doubled the value. It's like the RAC double bonus.
Well, in the spirit of the Retrovision weekend, you
Double
get 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, we got double.
The double cryptic clue. All right. Is that it? Have you got you haven't got a fable or a parable?
Actually, I'll use up this fable because I was just looking at this.
Because he wouldn't do one without you here last week, whatever.
I appreciate that.
You're the fable.
Yeah, I love it.
You're the fable.
And I can get away
executor.
with this because this fable it's a bit insulting to horses, and I'm going to use my horse as the example. So that's how I can get away with it. This is called the vain jackdaw and his borrowed feathers. So there's a jackdaw, and he flies over the king's palace one day, and he sees a flock of royal peacocks in all their splendid plumage and glory. Now, this jackdaw, he's not a very handsome bird. He's unrefined and rarely strikes attention. However, he imagines that he could make himself attractive if he becomes like a peacock. So he goes and collects some of their stray feathers and he puts them in his coat and he struts among the peacocks. But they soon saw him for who he was, and angry at the cheat, they fly at him, plucking away at those borrowed feathers and also some of his own. And then he goes back to his own jackdaw herd and he is very sad, but another unpleasant surprise awaits him. They had not forgotten his abandonment and his false superiority, and they punish him and they drive him away with a rain of pecks and jeers. Now, my point is here.
I'm glad you've got one.
Yeah, this is what I've been.
Borrowed feathers do not make fine birds.
Oh, okay.
Now, on Monday at Pinjarra, my horse opened $2.70.
On the back foot?
Yeah. It's not much good. Michael Young trains it. Gary Hall Jr. drives it. That's the only explanation I could find that he started at that price. He actually went quite well. He surprised me. He ran second.
That's good.
But you can't turn a good horse into, well, a bad horse into a good horse by installing the best reinsman and one of the top trainers.
As I would say, you can't polish a turd, Michael.
Here we go.
We could have got through the segment much faster if I just said that.
And it looked like it was going to almost hold on halfway the straight, and then all of a sudden, in a wink, went, I've got you.
Yeah. As soon as...
Gave you a fleeting moment.
Yeah, a fleeting moment of hope. It looked like it was going to cling on, then Denny pulled the plugs and it was over.
Yeah. In a wink.
Just like that. Yeah, correct.
Roared up the sprint lane and got the cash for the favourite punters, which end up starting $2 in a wink, and probably was deserved so, particularly if you knew it.
Brought to Light was massive in third, though. It should have run past at least mine.
Yeah.
probably wins if it doesn't break coming off the back.
Yeah, well, there's a couple that sort of made a mistake in the race, and for it to run third was a big performance. So,
what does the future hold for your horse? Happy with the run?
Yeah, I'm happy with second. Eddie actually messaged me, because Eddie's in the horse as well. He messaged me last week when the fields came out, and he said, the only horse we didn't want to draw behind us. And I said, Eddie, if we can run second, I'll be very happy with that.
Very good.
Well, he looks like he'll win a race off that, though, sure.
Yeah, he should win a race.
Or a
and
couple.
He's also a Lazarus, and Lazarus is a better's delight, and generally they get better with age.
Hopefully that goes to the
He's pretty
plan.
small, though, so...
Okay, all right. On the back foot, is a horse to follow.
No, he's not.
Out of the powerful Michael Young stable.
Out of the powerful Hayden King stable.
Yeah.
Just looking at the races there on Wagen on Friday night, Michael. There's some good fields at Wagen.
Yeah, no, really good. Well, that race number one's a really good race. Crowd Control, Org Titanium, Major Overs. Some nice horses. Actually, should be a good wagering card. In conjunction with Gloucester Park.
Absolutely. Some good races there Friday night at Wagen, then Northam on Saturday night.
Yep, Saturday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Pinjarra, Gloucester Park, as per usual. All right, Hayden, thanks for your time. It's been informative and educational.
As always.
As always. We learned a couple of definitions of new words.
Yeah, I got a lesson tonight.
Yep.
Aged a couple of years thanks to Bomber's pooch.
Yes.
I still can't believe that.
Yeah, you did.
I might have to turn it down in the edit. So if people are listening, that's going to be a shadow of what it actually was.
Leave it as it is. That was gold. Loved it.
All right. It's a great meeting for Gloucester Park on Friday night. Hayden, thanks for your time. Good luck on the weekend. Great race, as we said. Great racing at Gloucester Park. Morts, you'll be there to watch your double tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Some fantastic racing. Can't wait to see it. And they're scattered all through the card, so I'm going to have to hang around all night, Michael, which is great. Which is we're delighted to have you on course, Morts. Thanks for everyone for listening. Until next week, it's bye for now.